Hey, sports fans. This is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes. I'm here with my two nephews, Jaylen and Maurqiece.
Good.
What's up? Y'all good?
Of WTP.
All right, cool. I'm glad y'all able to join the show today. I know y'all watched that Ohio State Buckeyes at Akron game. What's
Yes,
your thoughts
sir.
on the game? What's your thoughts, Jaylen?
Yesterday, I was excited to watch Jeremiah Smith come out for his first game as a freshman, and he did not disappoint. I'm not gonna lie. They threw up that fade to him, and he's gonna get it every time. So yeah, I was excited to see that because I wanted to see him get one, at least one. We call that a head tap. So
Yeah,
excited to
yeah,
see that.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, cool. What about you, Maurqiece? What was your thoughts on that game?
Uh-huh.
I feel
Look
like
like he.
the run game is good. At first, I was nervous, but we came out smooth, and then it was that chemistry we needed to feel, and then we got it moving.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely. I watched a little bit of it. I really wanted to see how Will Howard would do with that talent around him. And he started off a little slow, but then once he realized, hey man, Jeremiah Smith is the dude, I need to get him to rock.
Yes,
He
sir.
really made sure that he got him to rock, and he got two touchdowns as a freshman. That
Uh,
was amazing for me to see that, and I was glad that they were able to get that victory over Akron, 52-6. So their next game is against Western Michigan at home in the shoe. What's your thoughts on that, Maurqiece? He must be moving.
yeah.
Can you hear us, Maurqiece? What's your thoughts on that Western Michigan game, Maurqiece? All right, go ahead and take that, Jalen.
I think next week, I think we're gonna run the ball a lot more since we got two running backs. And the pass, I think we're good, but I think we should get Will Howard involved a lot more next week than he was this week. Even though he was there this week, he stepped up for being a transfer. He stepped up. He did his role. The next week, I feel like he'll be more comfortable coming out.
Okay, cool. I think they're gonna probably run the ball a lot more in this next game too, and make things happen that way. Maurqice, what do you think is gonna happen in that Western Michigan game?
I feel like it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good game. I feel like we're gonna, obviously, I feel like we're gonna take the game, but it's gonna be a good game.
Okay. Their next week is they got a bye in week 3, and then they come back at home against Marshall Thundering Herd. What's your thoughts on that, Jalen Marshall and the Thundering Herd?
Marshall, they are not to be slept on, but I know a few of their defenders, their defense is looking nice over there, and I feel like we're gonna have to really show them what Ohio State is about because I feel like Marshall is one of those rebuilding teams that are really slept on. You would think nothing of it, and then they would, you feel me, sweep the carpet, but. We gonna be ready for them week 4. We're not taking no losses this year. I don't think so. So I feel like
Okay.
if we look out for them and we'll make minor mistakes throughout the game, we should be straight.
Okay. Marquise, what you think about that game against Marshall?
I feel like we can't come out slow. We gotta come out with that intensity that like we can beat them. We can't come out slow. We can't play with them or nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. That's the big key to all those games is you cannot start slow. You got to come out and put it on them guys early, especially teams you know you're more talented than.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to hear y'all's thoughts on that one. But y'all's next game, y'all go on the road to Michigan State. What's your thoughts on that one, Marquise?
Huh?
What's your
Oh,
thoughts
Michigan
on the
State.
game against Michigan State?
I feel like that'll be a good game. We're gonna take it. I feel like they do got a good offense, but we got a good
Okay.
defense.
Yeah, I
Michigan
think they might
State
be okay.
last week they played pretty well against their opponent. I'm not pretty sure who they played, but I know they played someone, and they took the dub. They blew someone out. I seen that. I seen some clips, seen something. But I feel like if you said we're at home when we play
No,
them,
they said Michigan State.
that'll make it a little tougher. But Ryan Day, he's a good coach, so I think if he do his job, Ryan Day, I think the team gonna do theirs. So I feel like we gonna take that one.
Okay.
It's gonna be. I feel like that game will be close. Like I'll say 31-28 Ohio State.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'll give a
So
score.
y'all's next game is Iowa. And Iowa whooped up on Illinois State 40-0 yesterday. What y'all think about that game against Iowa at the crib in the shoe?
Um, it's a
That's,
conference game. I feel like at the shoe we always come out strong. So I feel like we come out strong. They might score. Iowa might score at least twice. That's it. That's all I give the Buckeyes defense. And saying that sounds rude. So I feel that we will win against Iowa. They're a good
Okay,
school. They yeah, they're good.
okay. Maurqiece, what about you?
I feel like that's gonna be a good game. Like Jaylen said, they're gonna probably score a little bit, but we still gonna come over on top and win that game.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I think they're gonna beat Iowa. Now listen, this next game, this is a big game, man. Y'all gotta travel to Eugene, Oregon, and play the Oregon Ducks. Jaylen, what do you think gonna happen in that game?
Now the last time we played Oregon was when in the national championship
No, y'all played them 3 years ago in the
3 years
shoe.
ago. Yeah, all right. So I feel like off the last time we played them, didn't we lose that game
Yeah,
or did
y'all
we
lost
win
that
it?
game.
I feel like they're gonna come out with a little bit of something because of that loss. I feel like that loss is gonna make them want that win because they're gonna want their revenge on the Ducks. So I feel like they're gonna beat them at home for sure. That's gonna be
Oh,
a
okay.
tough game because Oregon right now they're looking like their prime. They're
Yeah,
back in their prime.
yeah. What about you, Marquise? What you think in that game against Oregon?
I don't really know too much about that team, but I heard they're a good team. They got some stars. We got some stars, so that might be a good game right there.
Okay, okay. Then y'all get your second bye of the season, and then y'all get Nebraska at home. And Nebraska had a really good game yesterday. That might be a good matchup for you. What you think about that one, Jaylen?
Uh, I don't want to lose to Nebraska. I can't. I couldn't imagine losing to Nebraska. But their quarterback is doing an excellent job of making sure that his team comes out with the win. And I believe they're are they undefeated right now?
Yeah, yeah, they want to know right now.
Yeah, yeah. They their quarterback he did a lot in that game to make the impact they needed. So I feel it's gonna be a close one with them. I I, I couldn't really tell if we will win that game or not because I haven't really seen much of Nebraska, but I seen them last year. I know what I know what they're capable of. They can
Okay,
make a good
okay.
game turn into a bad one real quick.
Right, right. What about you, Marquise? Marquise, what do you think about them in Nebraska?
Uh, Same. I don't know really. I haven't watched them play a lot either, but I feel like we can't lose to them. We're better. We're better. We can't lose to that team.
I feel you. I feel you. You cannot lose to Nebraska. Because listen, if you lose to Nebraska, then everybody else gonna think they got a chance. So you got to
Yeah,
beat Nebraska down. Now they got another big game. They go on the road to Happy Valley and take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. What's your thoughts on that one, Jalen?
dang. That's one of the number one stadiums. That's one of the loudest crowds. So I feel like if we get that win against Penn State, What week do we play them?
We played. Y'all played them week 9.
I feel like if we beat Penn State in week 9, I feel like that's gonna punch our ticket to the playoffs. So
Okay. Okay.
that's a must win for the Ohio State Buckeyes. So I'm not sure if we're gonna come out win or not, but that game is a must win. We need that game.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. What about you, Maurqiece? What you think about Penn State? Looked like he might have froze up again.
Yeah.
Let's give him a
That
couple of seconds.
that
What you
game
think about
like
Penn
might
State?
that might be like a nail biter. Like we might win that game. Oh,
You know, Penn
I
State's
think
had
we'll win
trouble
that
beating.
game. I can say it. I think we'll win. But Penn State not gonna let us come in their house and do none of that. But we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to do our jobs, get that dub. I don't
Right.
want to lose to Penn State either. I remember when they blocked that
that
field goal and returned it. I hate Penn State.
that might yeah that
Yeah.
might be a tough game. That might be a tough game.
I think we
It's
win that.
gonna be a good game, but I don't think Ohio State and Michigan is Penn State's kryptonite in that Big Ten. They can't they can't get over the hump and beat those two teams, at
Yeah.
least not lately anyway. So I think Ohio State's probably gonna win that game. Defensively, Ohio State just ain't gonna give up a lot of points,
No.
so they're always gonna be in every game because of their defense.
Not too long ago, I was before week 1 last weekend. I was with the defense, and they was Jack Sawyer and JT Tigalola. They was at the Pickerington North High School game, and I was up there, and I asked them a few questions. I was like, "How y'all think y'all gonna do this season?" Like, and they was telling me that they thought like the defensive wise, they thought they got some All Americans this season for sure.
Oh, they definitely do. They definitely got some All Americans on that defense for sure. They got one of the best defenses in the country, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
I'm
Yeah,
cool with JT for real. That's cool. He cool with me for real. So
okay.
it was kind of cool talking to them before they played this week because it was
Right,
like
right.
y'all got a game next Saturday. Ooh.
Right, right. Okay, cool, cool. I'm glad you had a chance to chop it up with them, nephew.
Yeah,
So
that's
your next game is at the crib against Purdue and Hudson Card at quarterback. Hudson Card can ball, man. What y'all gonna do in that game, Jaylen?
Purdue. They beat us that one year. It was crazy. But hey, I'm done talking about the past. This time we play them, I think we're gonna have to beat them because they got some dogs. They got a kid from Chillicothe. He's a freshman and he starts, and he ain't coming to play. He play down there in Purdue, and I think they coming to hit. So I think we're gonna have to take that one. I think we're gonna win that one. But it's
Okay,
gonna be a good game. That game when you said that, yeah, that's a good game.
okay, cool, cool. What about you, Maurqiece? What you think's gonna happen in that Purdue game?
That's another game that we just need to dominate. We need to dominate all games that we can dominate.
Okay, I can see them dominating Purdue just because, like we said before, their
Yeah,
defense is gonna dominate games for them
yeah.
week in and week out.
We got a
So
lot
y'all,
of young guys too, running backs, all that. So yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we look
So
we
y'all
look
go on the road for this next game to Northwestern. What do you think about that one, Jaylen? And Northwestern
blowout. Sound
blow
like
out.
it sounds like a blowout. I'm gonna be honest. That sounds like a they don't. I haven't seen them on paper or on TV, but I can tell. Like I don't think they ready to mess with this year's Buckeyes like at all. I don't see them beating Buckeyes.
I
I
feel
don't
you. I
even
feel
see them
you.
scoring. Shutout.
Yeah,
Shutout.
just shut out. I feel you, nephew. What about you, Maurqiece? What you think about that one?
Yeah, looking at their stats, we don't need to play with them.
Yeah, just blow them out, right? Don't
Yeah,
even let them get no chance to even try to do nothing, right? Just blow them right on off the field, right?
yeah.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. So y'all's next game is at the crib against Indiana. What's your thoughts on that one, Jaylen?
Indiana got a nice defensive front, like defensive line. So our line is gonna have a challenge that week. So if we can put the ball in the air as much as possible, it's gonna be a shootout all night long.
Okay,
That's all I can
okay,
say.
okay. What about you, Maurqiece? What you think they're gonna do against Indiana?
I feel like we're gonna take that game.
Yeah, I think they're gonna take that game too, and I think they're probably gonna, not really go out there and try to murder them because they got that big game the following week. So they're gonna probably just go out there and be real vanilla in that game, just do enough to win,
Yeah,
because they got that big game next week, which will be that team from up north at the crib in the shoe. What's your
yes,
thoughts on that
sir.
one, Jalen?
Last year I ain't like the results of that, and this year we're gonna get the results we was looking for the last two. So we're gonna take that dub, and I think we're gonna go back to our old ways and beat them by 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, maybe even 5. I think we're gonna beat Michigan bad. They ain't gonna talk on social media no more about the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Okay.
They ain't gonna be talking bad about them no more.
You heard it here on WTP Sports News. My nephew said Ohio State is blowing Michigan out. You
Got
heard it
to,
here first.
got to.
Maurqiece, what you think about that game against that team up north?
I feel like we're gonna come for get back. We're gonna come for get back. We're not
Gotta
gonna play
get
with
that.
them.
We gotta
We
get
come
that.
we coming with it. We're coming for vengeance, and we're gonna win that game.
Okay, okay, okay. Listen, that was the rundown of their season this year. And it sounds like y'all got them going undefeated,
Yeah.
losing no games, taking no prisoners, just whooping up on folks, right?
The
Yeah.
only team I would say that could beat Ohio State right now from the Big Ten, or is Notre Dame in the Big Ten?
No, 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 they're
That's
not in the
probably
Big
the
Ten.
only team that can give us a loss. Notre
Okay,
Dame. Right now, Notre Dame probably could beat us. That's about it. On the season, if we played them along the season, probably we'd probably lose. But
okay.
they're not on our schedule. So I thought you was gonna say Notre Dame. I didn't want to have to say we was gonna lose. So I think we'll
Right.
go undefeated. That's a nice schedule though. A
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of good
that's not.
games to come.
Yeah, a lot of good games on that schedule. Now, listen, nephews, in 25 and 26, that's 2025 and 2026, y'all got to play these boys that's on my chest, these Texas Longhorns. So I hope y'all ready for what we going to come with.
Okay.
Y'all going to be ready for that?
Yeah, I'll watch that game because that game that'll be an interesting matchup. I never seen us play Texas at all, and
Really, really.
I know they got that man in back there, and he's coming to play. He's coming to throw that rock.
Right, right, right. Okay,
I
okay.
think he's a nephew of Eli Manning or something like that. Arch Manning. I
Yeah,
think
he's,
he might play
yeah,
that game. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, yeah.
That's next year.
That's next year
Boy,
and then
right
the
here.
year after that.
He gonna be starting that year,
Thank
so that's
you.
gonna be
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, he definitely gonna be starting next year. And for them 2 years that we play Ohio State, he gonna be our quarterback. So I hope y'all ready for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good matchup.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real good game. Real good game. All right, nephews, I appreciate y'all jumping on the live stream, talking about the Ohio State Buckeyes and what y'all think they're gonna do this season. Y'all heard it here. My nephew said the Buckeyes are going undefeated and they blowing Michigan out.
Got to.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.